Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Revolting review. I'm Randy Ross and today I review Upgrade. So this is a 2018 film written and directed by Leigh Whannell. Yes, Leigh Whannell. Starring Logan Marshall-Green, Betty Gabriel, Harrison Gilbertson, and Simon Maiden as Stem. Well, the voice of Stem. So this is a sci-fi action thriller cyberpunk film where this guy named Gray, who fixes all classic cars. This is set in like the future. Doesn't necessarily say when in the future, but sometime in the future where we rely on machines, where we rely on cars to drive themselves with voice control and houses to run over voice control. And Gray fixes up classic cars and sells them, and then and he has a loving wife. And then one night when out with his wife, the car that's driving itself has a mind of its own and it crashes. Then some men come out of nowhere. They shoot Gray in the top of the spine, or well, paralyze him from the neck down and kill his wife in the process. But then there's this friend he has called Aaron, who says he can help him walk again with this small little chip that he called Stem that he puts into his severed part of his spine, and it enables him to walk again. Not only that, this Stem thing has a mind of its own and he can hear him, Gray, and he then goes out to hunt for these men that are responsible for his wife's death and who led the whole operation. And this Gray becomes a reliable ally that helps him out, and and the programmer tries to shut him down, but he gets in touch with a hacker that helps him, and he manages to get all the guys that hunt him down until he finds the one responsible. There's also a detective as well that's on the case as well, and I'm going to give a little spoiler away now, but if you haven't seen it, I'll give you a little second. I'll put a time stamp on so you can skip to the bit where the spoiler is done. So I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, spoiler time. So in this, it's revealed that Stem, who is an artificial program, has developed is so advanced that he's led the whole thing. He's caused everything that's happened to Gray because Stem wanted to be a living human being. And in the end, it's revealed that he did the whole thing and he's controlling Gray. So at first I was like thinking, oh, he's controlling him, he's taking control. But then it turns out the whole time he was the villain, Stem. And Stem, in the end, Gray tries to kill himself to kill Stem, and then all of a sudden Gray finds himself in hospital with his wife alive, and we find out that's just a reality that Stem's put him in, deep in the subconscious, and now Stem is in the driver's seat and he takes over and becomes human. And this is a movie where, well, the villain wins, just like in Saw. Leigh Whannell wrote this and he directed it, and I thought, hey, this is just like Saw, where a big twist is at the end. Not as big or as jaw-dropping as Saw, I thought, but still, a good twist where, the villain wins. And that's what happens in this film. Okay, spoilers are over now. You can listen again. So, Enough on the plot, let's get to my likes and dislikes. First of all, I like this film. Now, we've seen films like this before where we're in a dystopian future where humans are reliant on technology, and technology then starts to, mess humans around and become superior. We've seen this so many times in the Terminator franchise and Black Mirror and other, sci-fi cyberpunk films. So there was not much originality there, but still, the story was good. Leigh Whannell took all this bits of other things that we've seen before in sci-fi, and he wrote his own, but he put it on his own story. He wrote his own story and actually made this good. I like the action sequences, and I liked, at the time before I worked out the twist, Stem and Grey made a good team, but that was not meant to be. As I say, a big twist, which I said in the spoiler section. I liked, the performance from our lead, Logan Marshall-Green. I believe he was in Spider-Man Homecoming as the Shocker, which I missed completely, but next time I watch that film, I'll definitely keep my eye out for him. He was like one of the Shockers. And he did a great show in this, playing Grey, who was like paraplegic. However, he was paralysed from the neck down, but had the ability to walk and even fight, when he was hunting down these men. I thought the action sequences were pretty cool in that, and had good visual effects. This had, and I also like the supporting cast in this, including Betty Gabriel as Detective Cortez. She was good as well in this, doing it by the book. I also thought Harrison Gilbertson was okay in his role. Another one, Asha, Grey's wife, played by Melanie Villaju. She did a great performance too in the limited screen time she had. Now, like I say, this is something that I've seen many times: dystopian sci-fi future, humans being reliant on technology, a man out for revenge and taking justice into his own hands. We've seen all that before, but somehow Leigh Whannell pulled it off. He did great with this movie, and I actually recommend this one. Leigh Whannell is definitely left his mark in horror. I mean, this is, like I just said, cyberpunk action thriller, but does have its horror elements in there with the gore and the violence and stuff. This was also a Blumhouse production as well. And Blumhouse, of course, are known for making like horrors and stuff, but this was definitely something from Leigh Whannell that was a bit fresh that I'd not seen before, because I usually know Leigh Whannell for the first Saw movie, the Insidious films, and the recent take on The Invisible Man from last year. So yeah, I thought the cinematography was good, and yeah, I like these kind of movies. Dystopian future, freaky future. It also has a sense of, is this going to happen one day? Are we going to, are police going to have drones out patrolling? And, because drones do exist now. It just makes you think how advanced technology could become in later on this century. I don't know about artificial intelligence, but maybe artificial intelligence already exists. It's just not as smart as it is now. Who knows? Do I have anything to dislike? Not really. This was quite fast-paced. It was about 100 minutes long, and it did a lot in that time. It didn't even feel like 100 minutes. I was just watching this film. I was glued to the screen, and I enjoyed every minute of it. This was on Netflix, and I'm glad I actually made the time to watch this, because I found out that this movie's leaving Netflix on February 5th, so I'm glad I watched this when I did. You know, because I found that out as I put the film on. Anyway, ratings. Like I say, it was nothing much new to the table, but the writing and the directing from Whannell was just spot on. So I'm actually going to give this 4 machetes out of 5. 4 machetes out of 5 for upgrade. So let me know down in the comments below. Have you seen this one? If you have, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are linked down below. So yeah, and of course, at the end of the day, if you want to subscribe and what have you, the choice is all down to you. I can't, I can only ask nicely. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I've been Random Ross, this has been a Revolting review, and until next time, don't have nightmares.